Next topic in the news. Kanye West was having a discussion with someone online, and he was basically saying that James Blake was telling him, like, yo, we could really make way more money off of selling our music direct to consumer rather than going through a middle party or through DSPs by streaming it. So Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign are now thinking about selling Vultures 2 for $20 on Yeezy.com instead of putting it on streaming.
For 1 month, right?
That's been the thing, because it was at first $20 on $20 on the website. Then after some more talking and clarification, he was thinking, okay, 1 month, $20 on my site. Then after that, it goes to streaming.
Yeah, I saw him.
It's still up in the air because he hasn't released it yet. He hasn't really talked to anybody about it.
I saw him talking about his followers on Twitter and like on Instagram, and then like how many can buy this and this. Oh, that's like 1 million. But I think he simplified it too much, because you gotta understand, like, you got followers that just follow you for like what's crazy Kanye gonna say. You got a lot of people that don't want to even buy physical digital media at all. And it's like, you think about, bro, once that album go, you buy it, you put it on the share link or something. My bad. I don't like, excuse my French. You can blurt that out. But anyways, you could put it like on share link, even though I know share link ain't a thing. But you can like freaking leak it. And then boom, what else sells that? Because most people are like, bro, I just want to stream this album. I pay $10 a month on Spotify, blase, blase, boom, boom, boom. But like you said, we buy physical. You'll buy it. I won't buy it. I'm not buying it.
I'll share the zip file.
Yeah, you can sell a Zippy. You can sell a Zippy. Remember Zippy share?
Yeah,
but like,
share,
yeah,
media file,
man.
We came from that era.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It could be a good idea. We can see where it goes. It's Kanye. He has like a cult following. Like, he has people that like love him. So I think he could make some profit from it, but I don't think him trying to simplify it as, oh my God, these many followers, blah, blah, blah. But I think, it will take a smaller dive, especially coming in from a month from streaming. I think it'd be totally different what he expect from his prior with Vultures.
So
the sales.
My opinion on this is that I think Kanye can really make it with putting his album on the website for $20 and then a month later putting it on streaming. Obviously, the first week sales will be a huge dip because people are actually going to buy it. Like you said, leaks can happen. All types of things can happen when it actually comes to him selling the album digitally on his website. But I honestly think that I have no problem with him selling his album.
Oh, no problem.
On his website, because the thing is this, right? And people don't get this now because we're so spoiled and we're in that day and age of everything being digital, everything being about streaming. There's no true ownership on anything. These sites, all these streaming sites and all that, we don't own this music. We own 0% of this. Yeah. We pay for something monthly and we don't own a single piece of it.
Because, bro, it can get shut down and we don't have nothing.
And that's the thing, right? And I'm glad I did this, and I'm glad that you put me on the vinyl collecting. A few years ago, right, I bought some Party Next Door vinyls. Bought Party Next Door 1, 2, and I was on the verge of 3. I still have 3. Right. They took Party Next Door 1 and 2 off of streaming services for a while. Right. No one knew why. It was just mysteriously off. Gone. Obviously, I could still find a way to download it if I want to. Allegedly. But I had it physically, so therefore I always own that content, no matter where you take it off of. If you copyright it all on the internet, if you take it off, if all the Zippy share links get taken out,
like they did.
They did. They got Thanos all the way. I still own it. Yeah, I have it. Right. When it comes to actually buying music, I own it. I have it. Yeah. I get it. A lot of people nowadays, especially kids, they don't work. So you pay for that Spotify, that's probably all you got for the month. And $20, while you already paid $10 to $20 on the streaming service, it can be conflicting when it comes to financial reasons.
Or just use your mom's credit card, bro. She won't know.
Yeah, but also, it's just, I don't want to say it's just $20 because maybe it's hard for some people to use $20 and maybe they're spared on cash or things like that. But my thing is this, right? If he does this for Vultures 2 and potentially 3 if it does come out this year, that's only $40 in total. Yeah. You're going to spend that more in streaming over the year than you are for that album. Look at this album like this, right? When Vultures 1 came out, we had the whole album, but then Apple took it down. Yeah. Spotify took it down. All DSPs took it down, basically. And then we got it back. We didn't know when it was going to come back, but we eventually got it back. And then guess what? A few days later, that one song that sounds like the 808s and Heartbreak song got taken off. Right on. If you would have bought the digital, and yes, you can still access it on YouTube. You can still access it. You can still download it, whatever. You don't have that access to actually listen to it anymore unless you download it and put it in your local files. When it comes to this album right here, and people saying, oh yeah, it's going to leak, people are just going to steal it, download it, you can do that now. Yeah. Especially with streaming. Yeah. You don't even have to pay for streaming. You can listen to this music for free if you wanted to. Yeah. So my thing is this. He wants to make more money off of this. I understand. I'm cool with that. A lot of people are taking a big problem or a big issue with it because they're like, Kanye's already a billionaire. Well, he's just being stingy or greedy and trying to get more money. People don't get it from this aspect right here. A whole bunch of other people besides Kanye are going to get paid and eat even better off this album. Whether it comes to producers, songwriters, people who are credited on the album that we don't get to see, that are not popularized on the media. Ty Dolla $ign gets more money. A whole bunch of people, the engineers, everybody in this situation gets more money besides Kanye. Yes, Kanye will get a bigger cut than he would on streaming, but also everybody else working on this project will get a bigger cut.
Do we actually know, like, the numbers that you get paid from streaming?
No, we don't. But obviously they're low. Yeah. But, you know, people are always like, oh, if it's always on streaming, you're always going to make money. Which, I mean, yeah, because I feel like streaming can be a good source of that where, you know, a whole bunch of people probably wouldn't know 3 6 Mafia if it wasn't for streaming.
So what happens if Kanye put it on the site, he has some sampling issues, and he get on hell like, you can't sell this album? Because the same thing, I think, can happen from him trying to sell it on a website with samples that's not cleared.
I think when he would do in that situation, he'd be more cautious to make sure everything is cleared before. So because of streaming, all you gotta do is just take it down. Like, oh yeah, I don't want that song no more. Just take it down. Yeah. With selling something, there becomes a whole big lawsuit. You probably have to give some of the proceedings and some of the actual gains that you made off of the album to said party that's suing you. There's a whole bunch of legality things that can
I know it is because I think
selling and making profit from
I think in some part, I don't know if it was earlier into sampling. That when it was started to get like a lot of the older artists was like, yo, we need our money. I think it didn't attack performing. Like you could actually perform samples, like sample songs.
Yeah, I think so too. Like when people did mixtapes back then, I think they could perform some of the songs off the mixtape, but they couldn't sell the actual song. But so that's still performing.
Yeah, so that's just a question that I had from that. But overall, I'm not against him selling it. I just don't. I think he simplified it too much. I think he'll probably, he probably come back, readdress like how he actually want to plan out to roll this out. But I feel like it's always messed with Kanye. I don't know, because like, what about Donda 2, bro? One that like sold, what happened to that? Was it scrapped?
It was sold on that little device that he made. Which that device was pretty dope from what
it was. The technology on it was cool, but I never seen nobody with it.
But the problem with that is it had too high of an entering price with that. Because I think it was like $100, $200 something dollars. No one's paying $200 for an album. Albeit you do get a device and you could put your own songs on that device. Yeah. But that device was specifically mostly made for Donda 2. And because it had such a high entryway point to get into Donda 2, that what made it. $20 isn't as high for entry.
So what made him not, I don't know if you know this, but what made him not put it on streaming service?
I think it's one of those things that maybe he just wants to make it like super exclusive. Like you pay $200 for this.
So could you still go on his site and get that little stream thing, whatever he called it?
I don't think so. Which also makes it another thing, just like how Nipsey Hussle has done this years before. But I think the difference between Nipsey Hussle doing this and Kanye doing this is that Nipsey Hussle put out Crenshaw, one of his mixtapes, one of his more popular mixtapes. He put it out on DatPiff and live mixtapes and all that for free, for you to access it for free. But he also put out a physical version of it. He put out 1,000 copies for $100. Boom. I think Jay-Z bought like 10 or 100 copies of it. Next album that he had, or next project that he had, Mailbox Money, he put that out for $1,000, only 100 copies physically, but he still put it out for free for you. Right. If you wanted to get it on, I don't want to say DSPs, but
he gave you that choice.
Or DatPiff. The difference is he gave you the choice rather than forcing you to have to do this. But also, Kanye is giving you a choice too. It's just exclusivity. It's like basically having a Patreon. Yeah. You're paying $20 to get the content accessed early. Even though stuff can be leaked just like on Patreon. Yeah. I feel like this is just basically that method, but he gets all the proceedings and all the profits, and everybody else gets to eat more off.
Yeah. Rock Marciano did it. I think it was on Marcielago. He did that. He put out the album first on his website for like a month, and then he put it on streaming, like to buy. And a good amount of his fans, they wanted the album, so they bought it. It's like, I could be wrong. It's like $20-some bucks, if I'm not mistaken. It's nothing wrong with the thing. It's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with it.
The only problem I have now with it is that I'm someone who wants to buy the vinyl if it does come out, right? Especially if the album is good. I just sometimes wish, when it comes to buying physical media, we get the digital version of that too. Because now, if I buy that album, and us being physical consumers of the media, what if I go buy the vinyl too? That'll be like $60.
Yeah, some records, rumor they'll come with a digital code.
Some will, but it's not all the time, which really sucks. And with I pre-ordered Vultures 1. I'm not sure if it's gonna have that one song that got taken down by
it probably won't. Oh, excuse me. It probably won't. But if it does, that might bring up the value of it because they got this song on here. They usually does that.
Yeah, that's true. But I just wish that I am paying $20 for this.
Right.
I know I'm going to buy the physical at some point, most likely.
Yeah.
I wish that I could get the physical in enough time like that compared to just getting the digital by itself. Because usually when it comes to buying digital albums, because I do go on these artist websites and stuff, they usually cost like $5-6.
Yeah.
But I get it's Kanye. He could kind of drive that price up because he's Kanye.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with him charging $20. It's his art. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and usually when it's like, I probably sold for like $6 on their site, it's probably on streaming as well. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it is.
That's probably why, like, we make our money here, but we want to also make another cut right here. So I have no problem with it, B.
I got no problem with it either. He can do whatever he wants with it. Either
it's
way,
his art.
People are going to find a way to get to it in streaming. Either
Big
way,
facts.
Whether it be on streaming, even people like you're going to make less money off of this than streaming. People are going to leak it. People are going to download it. People do that now anyway.
Do it now.
That don't stop people from doing that.
The only thing about it is I think it's done less.
Yeah,
it was less. Back when we was younger.
Yeah, because it's easily accessible
now.
If it wasn't, people would still be doing it.
But hey, people gonna be mad. People gonna be happy. That's a part of anything, bro.
Yeah.
Can't please everybody, bro.
Sadly. And Kanye is definitely the representation of you can't please everybody, especially with everything he usually does. Especially with not having Vultures 2 drop last week like he said it would.
Oh, my God. No one believes him, bro. I never believe this man.
Oh, I don't either. But, it's whatever. I have other music to listen to anyway.
Facts.
But
better music.
All right. Calm down.
Sir.
All right. Going to the next topic.